Yeah, uh-oh. Uh-oh, hold up. Wait a minute, there we go. Still Mills, what's the deal, man? Yo, peep game, man. We got to talk about motherfucking Malik Scott again, man. This dude just keep. I think everybody with common sense has been pretty vocal on the fact that Malik Scott is the reason Deontay Wilder is looking a lot more like a hassle gonna be much more of a hassle to deal with in the next couple of days because of what he's taught him. How dare you let this dude get on stage and in interviews and say what the fuck he's been saying and you back the shit? Oh fuck that, I'm already in a turning lane. How you gonna let this nigga back that? Or how you gonna let this nigga say that shit and you back it? Wilder did not know how to do, he didn't know how to slip. He didn't double up on punches. He didn't dig to the body. He didn't do none of it. He didn't hook to the body. Ever. And you gonna let this man say that shit, and then you gonna co-sign the shit. This is what I mean with this enabling bullshit, fam. I don't know if I'm sure you know this, but Wilder is gonna be a reflection of you and what you taught him if he looks a certain way come Saturday. Good or bad. So for you to sit there and let that shit skate is like, bro, y'all really kissing this nigga's ass. This is elite level yes man bullshit. Wilder didn't look the way he looked, has not ever looked the way he looked now. He's never looked like that. That's accredited to you, nigga. He has you to thank for that. Not Mark Breland. You. Not JD's. You. And you just gonna let that nigga just say that shit, bro? Like, no. And you not offering no resistance because if no friendship should be that much of work to you where you would allow somebody to discredit you. No, my nigga, no. Y'all so hell-bent on this man being, getting his, recapturing his titles and all that you would allow him to discredit you and all that you've done for him. He didn't know how to do that shit. I said in my last video, man, Miguel Cotto had to go through a resurgence of, all right, let me revitalize. Freddie Roach had to resurrect the left hook to the body. Why? Because he wasn't throwing it. But he made his career off of launching that lethal left hook downstairs to the body. That was his bread and butter. That's bringing something back out of you that you already knew. We've never seen Wilder look like this ever. You can say all that, oh man, he looked like this and he looked like that. He was boxing, he was on his toes. It sounds good. It sounds good. When that's your man, you usually gonna, you gonna hype him. You gonna do that to be his moral support. And I get that, man. But why do you have to sacrifice the time and effort that you're putting into him? If Wilder wins on Saturday, that's gonna open up more people to come back. And not just win. Not even on no knockout shit. Let's say Wilder does go 12 with Fury and outboxes him. You gonna mean to tell me that he knew how to box on that level all along and just decided not to use it? No, he didn't. So why are you gonna let this man discredit everything that you poured into him? If he wins in dramatic fashion, whether it's knockout or whether it's just putting on a boxing clinic, that's going to open you up for more jobs and opportunity to work with other fighters. How are you going to be able to sell? Yeah, I mean, I just taught you what's already in you. No, people have to be taught that. Anything that you know how to do, somebody had to show you how to do it. He wasn't in a space. He wasn't in a learning space when Mark Breland was trying to show him how to do all that shit. He wasn't in that learning space. He didn't want to learn. He's there now. And so you would allow that man to discredit you to feed his ego. And you don't have a problem with it because in your eyes, it's like, whatever it is I got to do to get you over that finish line, I'll do it. No, my nigga, no. Hell no. I can't believe you would do that shit, bro. Like, my God. You gonna let this man just... all the years you done put into this, this year and a half roller coaster ride that we done been on, all the countless hours you done spent in the gym with this man trying to develop him into what he is now, the propaganda videos of you throwing up your water after Wilder hitting, doing body, nah, bro. Nah, you are trying to resurrect this man's confidence, which is cool. That's your brother. You're supposed to do that. But why do you have to get, be subject to being degraded as well? Why? Why? And people once again already think that you took a dive to fucking enable that nigga to rock and propel his career. There's plenty of people who believe that shit. And when you look at the video, you can't fault him for it. You look like you did most definitely take it. That shot didn't look like it landed flush. When do you resurrect that warrior spirit in you? When do you do that? When do you allow yourself not to be subject of mistreatment? You can big your brother up. And I'm gonna say you can't do that, but god damn. He didn't teach me anything. It's more about what, he resurrected in me. What? Are you serious? And you just gonna sit there and just be cool with that? Like, that's what's up. That's cool. Yeah, I'm good with that. I resurrected that in it. No, you can't resurrect something that was never there. Wilder had no clue on how to make somebody miss and make somebody pay. That has never been his game. Wilder has never been able to sit in the pocket and fight. That has never been in his game. He don't get proper leverage off with bent arm punches. You're getting him in that comfort zone. And if it comes into fruition Saturday, you gonna look like the fool. You're discredited because that nigga is not going to say, I want to thank my trainer, Malik Scott, for teaching me how to do, showing me how to do this and that and the third. You're not going to get credit for beating him. You're not going to get credit for any success Wilder has. Because he's that arrogant. And you're going to sit here and subject yourself to his arrogance. That is insanity to me. That is insanity. Come on, man. Like, this shit is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Niggas can say whatever it is they want to say about your career, whatever with that, I don't know. But all I know is this. Anybody who steps in between them ropes, I don't give a fuck if you just training. If you lacing up for hard sparring with beasts, that's warrior shit. So it's amplified once you're a fucking professional at it. You a pro, my nigga. Or you was a pro. Where's your warrior spirit? Why are you just letting this dude just... You can love your brother and big him up and be in his corner and still not allow yourself to be disrespected. If this is what he needs to rebuild his confidence, how worth it is it? Because I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it at all. I got gotta get stepped on so your confidence can, can spike once again? No. Hell no. I'm not subjecting myself to that shit. You tell me, you're gonna allow him to tell everybody he didn't show you what it is that he's been displaying in these fucking shorts on YouTube and Instagram. He's gonna allow everybody to think that you didn't teach him that I've been knowing how to do that. And you just gonna sit here and take it so he can go into the Fury fight with a certain level of confidence. Man, get the fuck out of here. That is not the move. That is not the move. If anybody needs that level of confidence to reassure them in a fight that, hey, I can't do nothing for you. Because I'll be damned if you won't discredit me after all I'm doing for you. You gonna discredit me, but I'm showing you the way. I'm showing you how to do everything that you're displaying in these clips on Instagram and social media. And you gonna cut me off at my knees? You're a coach now, which means I'm sure you would love to take on more fighters and allow fighters to come into a certain level of prominence. There's no Manny Pacquiao without Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach was solidified after Manny Pacquiao. There's no Roger, there's no Floyd Mayweather Sr. without Floyd Mayweather Jr. They had Floyd Mayweather Sr. fought Sugar Ray Leonard. Roger Mayweather fought Parnell Whitaker. God rest both of their souls. He comes from a fighting pedigree, but they didn't rise to the level of prominence that a Floyd Mayweather Jr. did. They didn't. They didn't. There's no Canelo Alvarez without Reynoso. There's no Golovkin without Abel Sanchez. There's no Kovalev without John David Jackson. Like, y'all gotta stop, man. There's no Bud without Bomac. There's no Sean Porter without Kenny Porter. There's no Keith Thurman without Bingham. Why is it that you have to be, that you eventually want to be named and mentioned in the same esteem as those other trainers and coaches that I mentioned, and the dozens of others that I forgot? There's no resurrection of Arturo Gatti without Buddy McGirt. You can keep going on and 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 on down the list. You can keep it going. You want to be remembered for what it is that you're not going to be remembered in your boxing career. That we just gotta call it. That is what it is. You're not going to be remembered for that. At the second stage of your career is as a coach, a cornerman. You want that to solidify itself throughout the annals of time. And you just want to sit here and be subject to the shit. Oh, no, it's cool. Yeah, it's not so much what I taught him, but what I brung out of him. That is insanity to me, man. Like, it's one thing for him to say it, but it's a completely different thing for you to back that shit. Wilder didn't know how to do none of the shit that he's doing now before you came in. And you would let that nigga just say that shit. This is why I'm just not a fan of dude. I'm not. And I'm not even gonna cap about it. I'm not a fan of Wilder. I keep saying this. I'm not a fan of Wilder. I don't want that brother hurt. I don't wish harm on that man, but it's just certain shit I can't fuck with. I honestly do not want him to beat Fury. Unless if he beats Fury and he actually goes and fights Dillian White, who the WBC is going to mandate that they honor that mandatory, alright, cool. If he honors that bet, alright, cool, whatever. Cool. After that, whoever, if he gets past Dillian White and he goes for undisputed with Usyk or Joshua, I'm cool with that. Let's do it. I wouldn't have an issue then. But his track record is entirely too sullied that it's like, I don't see it happening. You gonna fight Robert Hunt, the winner of Robert Helenius and Adam Konaki or something like that. You gonna gun for F.A. Ajagba or even a Michael Coffey who just lost. He just has a bad track record of doing shit. And he's been coddled. And so he's allowed to get away with the shit. So no, I don't want him to win on Saturday. Because I just don't believe that he's going to honor the mandatories that he's supposed to honor. Because he's yet to do it. Same with Fury. I don't know if Fury's going to be able to do it. I don't trust him neither. But his energy is a lot better than motherfucking Deontay Wilder's as it pertains to this shit. He's fought better competition than Deontay Wilder has. Way better. Forget Derek Chisora. We forget about that. Otto Wallin was a good win for him. So what I'm saying, what my thing is, the biggest thing is we got a little off track. When are you gonna allow yourself to not be disrespected and have your name sullied? Why you gotta bend the knee to big this man's ego up? Nobody should have to be, nobody's ego should be inflated by stepping on their homeboy like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a step on your toes so I can big myself up. That is arrogance. That is arrogance. And he hides it behind all this other shit. You know, I love my brothers, I love this and I love that. You love them that much that you would cripple that man's career? Or halt that man's career? Because at the moment, he's a coach. He ain't going back into boxing. That would be that's a selling point. That could sell him as a coach. Him showing you him showing you the ropes on how to be a solid, fundamentally sound boxer so you can beat one of the best boxers in the division, and you can't even give him credit for that. Oh my fucking God. Arrogance, man. Arrogance. Pride comes before the fall. That's a man of God right there. That's a man that's a follower of Christ. That's in his doctrine. Pride comes before the fall. You're that prideful that you can't even allow yourself to not only fess up to the fact that you lost the fight fair and square, but now when somebody is showing you how to go through the certain obstacles possibly that Fury is going to put in front of you for you to become victorious, you can't even give credit and credence to the motherfucker that showed you that. And none of them LDBC niggas is gonna speak on it because they just so, wow, dude, wow. It's everything that you are doing up until this point, it just looks like some buster shit, King. It does, man. You allow this nigga just. Only time you talk about yourself is when you want to interview, but you just stroking this man's ego. Why he just sit back and smile like, talk my shit. Freddie Roach can tell Manny Pacquiao, man, I don't know if I want you to fight Terrence Crawford. He can tell Manny Pacquiao that, but Malik Scott can't tell Deontay Wilder that. And the difference is, y'all have a bigger rapport with each other. Why? Because y'all both speak the same language, primarily. Y'all both come from the same struggle. Y'all live in the same goddamn country. When Manny Pacquiao gets done training here, he goes back to the Philippines. Y'all have a bigger rapport with one another here. So you should be able to talk to your man like, nah, bro, like, nah, that ain't the move. You should be able to say certain shit to him to where only a nigga like you will be able to convey it to him without him getting offended. Because y'all have that level, that much of a rapport with one another. But you can't even take credit of some shit that you showed him. without it being possibly detrimental to your friendship. And you're cool with that. You're A-okay with that. Man, listen. You eventually gonna have to tap back into that warrior spirit and let motherfuckers know, nah, I showed him those ropes. You're gonna have to tap back into that. You are gonna have to tap back into, all right, man, like, so what happened? Where do we go if we lose? We not training to lose, but losing is a high probability because we've stared down the barrel of this gun before. Twice by most people's estimation. That first match, you knew that was a bullshit draw. We all saw what happened in the second match. When do you, I seriously need to know that. When do you tap back into your warrior spirit and say, nah, I ain't going for that. I showed you those ropes. I showed you that. That's my work right there. I'm the chief architect of what it is that you're doing. I showed you those ropes. There's absolutely nothing wrong with taking credit for what it is that you have done. You showed that nigga how to slip. You showed that nigga how to dip and dig to the body, double left hooks to the body. You showed that nigga how to properly counterpunch. You showed him that. Why can't you take credit for that? And this is niggas king right here, bro. This is niggas king. This is niggas king. Niggas is so choked up on the fact that he's spewing this, oh, I got cheated, I got robbed bullshit, but you can't see the fucking demonstrative, demeaning bullshit that he's doing behind the scenes. You can't see that because y'all don't want to see it. Because y'all are fixated on him winning this fight with Tyson Fury. Because y'all niggas think that if he goes in here and he beats Philly, it's a, not Fury, but Fury, it's a one-up for the black man. Nigga, you beat him, cool. But it ain't to the degree of what niggas is saying. This ain't no revolution like I told niggas before. It's none of that. So stop treating it like that. He lost fair and square. And if he wins, it is because of Malik Scott showing him how to win, not him resurrecting something that was already in him. Anybody co-signing that bullshit needs to get the fuck on somewhere. That shit is not what's up at all. You gonna sit here and allow that nigga to talk that bullshit. Like our eyes are just deceiving us. Like we've seen Wilder make people miss, make people pay. Like we've seen Wilder fight off of the front foot. We've seen Wilder switch his rhythm and change the motherfucking the rhythm on his punches to throw off his timing. No, we've never seen that before. Malik Scott is the reason he's doing that shit. You're gonna change trainers, at least give credence and credit to the trainer that is showing you what it is that you're learning in the now. The arrogance of this nigga, bro, this shit crazy. I'm cool on dude. I really am. I can't fuck with him, nigga. I'm sorry, but I can't. I'm out, man. Peace.